That's so annoying. I just filmed like 3 minutes and it just quit. Okay, so you will notice that I am wearing the same thing and have the same hair and makeup and everything as my last video that I uploaded, which is a Q&A, and that's just because Jaspie's having a really lovely sleep upstairs, so I thought, like, I might as well get the most out of it and get my videos done. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about our wedding plans, because we're getting married in July and I've not done any video on it, and I think I've only done a few blog posts and stuff, so it'd be nice to kind of, even just for me to be able to look back on, to have the updates and the progress and plans and stuff like that. So we've set our date for July the 18th, which is the Saturday. We booked our venue back in September. So it's this beautiful barn that you have the ceremony in, and then you're in the golf course, the golf club for the rest of it, and really, really beautiful. And that included the food, drinks, and all things like that. So we'd done that, and we booked our photographer, who's Mia Photography, and she is amazing. She's such a lovely person, and her photography is really good, so that's all done. But that is all we've done. Like, that's it. And people would say to me, like, you know, how's your wedding planning going? And I'd be like, it's going. I don't know. I mean, when I think of it, that is quite a lot, like venue and food and drinks and all of that, but there is so much more to do. And after we booked those things in September, it wasn't until like January that, after the Christmas kind of period was over and, you know, you start getting really motivated on what you're going to do that year, I sat down and I thought, I'm getting married this year and I haven't done a thing. Well, that's how it seemed anyway. No dress, no bridesmaid dresses, suits, flowers, entertainment, cars, accommodation, anything. Like, I felt like there was so much to do, and I don't know why, it wasn't that I wasn't excited, I just kind of thought, oh, I'll do it later, and I just didn't have the motivation. And I think it's probably because I've got Jaspie and we've just got so much going on in our lives at the moment that planning a wedding was, I don't know what it was. It's weird. But anyway, so we have now got our planning hats on. That's such a mum thing to say, isn't it? Thinking caps on. However, we have pulled out of our venue. So when we first signed up, they put a deposit down. They said to us we might not be able to get the licence to get married in the barn. Anyway, they said that they couldn't get it after a while, and we thought, you know what? We love the venue. We'll just do a blessing there and get married at the registry office before, which they were going to pay for. So that was fine, not a problem. It did mean that we'd get married the day before. So technically, like, our wedding anniversary would kind of be a bit off, but it was fine. That was the first thing. And then a little while later, I took my sister-in-law there and my niece, and we went for lunch, and we had the worst service. It was the first time that my sister-in-law was going to see it, and I just wanted it to be really lovely, and they were just so busy that I think we waited for like an hour and a half, and they kept saying, your food will be 15 minutes, it'll be 15 minutes, it'll be 15 minutes, and it just didn't come out. And then my sister-in-law wrote 2 letters of complaint, neither got replied to. I called up, and yeah, it was just a bit of a nightmare. So then that kind of made me think, do I really want to get married here? That was strike number 2. And then my dad hadn't seen the venue. They had a wedding going on that day, so they said we could go and see it all set up. And we turned up, and they had a bulldozer knocking over this really beautiful, like, bush maze thing and this archway. And I just thought, like, that was such a beautiful place. I'd already bought these flower garlands to go around the arch, and we were going to have the bouncy castle next to the maze and, like, a giant Jenga thing for the kids to play with, and it was just being knocked over. And there was just mud everywhere, and the wedding planner left, and then I thought, she didn't even mention it. So I went back in, and she was like, oh yeah, they're putting a putting green there. Just, like, really, like, I would have been like, oh, don't worry, it's still going to look amazing, I'm going to find a new place to put the archway, like. But there was nothing, and I just, oh, I don't know, I cried. I got in the car, and I was just like, oh. That was strike 3 for me. It just wasn't good, and it was so muddy, and I thought, if I was that bride turning up that day and there was a bulldozer and mud everywhere, I would have been so disappointed. And I know that's not what it's all about. Like, when I picture getting married, I just picture me and Pete and being happy and smiling, and it makes me feel a little emotional, but yeah, that's just not what, I don't know. For me, it kind of felt like they could just make changes and not tell us, and we just have to deal with it. We have since found another venue. It kind of made me feel like, right, now's the opportunity to get the perfect venue. We have now found it's this gorgeous house. We can have an outdoor ceremony in this like pavilion type thing with all seating and a red carpet, and it's surrounded by like the gardens, and it's so beautiful. So we can have that, and then it's like a summer fete style meal. So there'd be like a hog roast and a barbecue stand and toffee apples and popcorn and ice cream, and really casual, because I didn't want the whole top hats and like silverware and all of that. I just want something like we're very casual people. We're not posh and, you know, proper and all of that. So yeah. So we're going to go and view an open house on Sunday. We've already looked at the pictures. We've agreed on a package. I found out the registrar is available. So yeah, it's all a go. We just need to put the deposits down. And they have accommodation. Just every little thing that we didn't have in the other place, they have. So fingers crossed, this is the one. Oh, but it means we have to change our day to the Sunday the 19th, which means that we'll still get to have our photographer because she's available on that day. So that is good. I'm trying to think what else. Okay, dress-wise, on Thursday I'm going with my mum to a dressmaker. I tried on loads of different dresses, and every single one but every one that I loved, there was just something I'd want to change. And I think by the time you've bought a brand new dress, had the alterations and had changes, like maybe short sleeve to long or sweetheart neckline to high neck or whatever, it's just so expensive. And I know I want it to be perfect, but for one day, I don't want to be spending thousands on a dress. So we're going to meet a really lovely lady. She sounds lovely on the phone anyway. And her dresses start from 500, depending on then what you want. I want lace, so I know it's going to be a bit more, but I'm really, really excited, and I feel like now I can have the perfect dress and I don't have to think, oh, I love it, but I'd want this. So I'm really, really excited to do that on Thursday. Flowers-wise, I want to do a lot myself, so my mum bought a load of kind of fake flowers from the range, so flower garlands and things, which even though we're not going to have an archway now because we've got the big pavilion, they could maybe go around that. We got from Home Bargains these two, like, you know, the trees, but it's like a little bush on the top. Those with like white roses in to go at the end of the aisles. Maybe at, like, if we have a head table, then we can have the flower garlands on there. And yeah, so a lot of that stuff I want to do myself. I want to do the table decorations myself. Candelabras with flowers all in. I just want lots of beautiful flowers. I love David Austin roses, which kind of look like peonies. Those and gypsophilia, and all just really quite light and airy and ethereal. That's the kind of theme. I don't want any bling or anything. Entertainment-wise, I just want a guy with a guitar to sing as I'm walking down the aisle. Bouncy castle fireworks, croquette, all stuff like that. Just really, we just want it to be fun and casual, and I don't want loads of like waiting around and formalities. And that's it. I think that is the update so far. I don't want this to go on for too long. But that's it. That is kind of where we're at. I'll update you guys again once we've hopefully put the deposit down on the venue and got my dress started. I'm so excited. I can't believe it's so soon. We've already sent save the dates out for the 17th or the 18th. So we now need to probably change those for the 19th, which might make the guest list count change. But c'est la vie. We'll just see what happens from here. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!